Here we go. I have an attorney on my right and an attorney on my left. There we go. So, Hunter, can you hear me now, brother?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Absolutely loud and clear, brother. So glad to have you, man. I love you so much, brother.
Well, I love you too, Mark, and I'm just pleased so much that y'all are doing what you're doing. And we've gotten involved in the human trafficking in a big sort of way to try to help people that have been bought, sold, abused, and it's just a terrible evil that's going on in the world, and it seems to be getting worse instead of better. But what y'all are doing is, I'm impressed. And we got involved in recent years. I'm on the governing board of the National Association of Christian Lawmakers, and we help pass legislation around the country. And we're fighting right now in North Carolina to lower the consent age for sex, because predators seem to want to go there to snatch kids so they can defend themselves when they're later arrested. We just had personal experiences with friends and people but so we have governors and legislatures around the country that are working on laws to really make it more difficult for a predator to take a child, and
Awesome.
and greater penalties. But I know that tonight y'all are making an effort to raise the money to buy this facility so it can be used for a safe house for trafficking. And I know on the West Coast, I mean, there's container cars full of people that are being trafficked. What I've been addressing has been more or less individual cases. Coming from Louisiana, Mark, like you, we actually have a Southwest Louisiana board on human trafficking that law enforcement had put together. And so my law firm, my old law firm, I'm now doing something different, but I still help the Lundy law firm, and my brother's the CEO, but we're helping victims of human trafficking. And so I've spoken to casinos, hotels, and everybody else about how these spotters are placed in these facilities, and that they have to not be compliant. They have to educate people. They have to post signs in their restrooms. They have to do the many things that are needed to stop this curse that's happening in this country, really happening around the world, but it's now turned into a $150, $200 billion a year industry. And it's terrible. And I know that y'all know these facts, and I'm just telling you something you already know.
But the viewers may not know it, Hunter, so that's the reason I'm glad you're saying it.
So we're making a concerted effort right now to change the laws in North Carolina, to change the laws in other states that have that have consent ages at 16 or 17 years old to be 18 years of age. And so we're doing whatever we can, and we want greater penalties for those that are caught, indicted, and convicted. And so these efforts, and then we want counseling, and then we want civil justice for victims. That's why I was mentioning, we're working with a law firm out of Missouri that is specializing in going after, and it's compliant hotels, it's compliant truck stops, it's compliant casinos, where all of this stuff is happening in this country, and it's cities and towns along interstates. And so that's what we've been making an effort to do recently. And yes, I'm going to pledge money, and I'm going to be talking to my former law partners and my brother, who's the new CEO, and we're going to give to this cause that you're doing in California.
Thank you, Hunter.
I haven't had a chance to talk to him. I'm actually been in Arkansas today, and I'm in Missouri right now. And so it's been, I'm just pleased to be on the phone with you and support your cause. And we'll give several $1,000s. I just don't know how much yet till I have the conversation with him. But we're going to do that for this cause.
Thank you, Hunter.
Wow.
Thank you, Hunter. We have like 1 minute left. I have like 1 minute left with you, Hunter. Can you tell us real quickly about the girl you told me about yesterday?
So there was a 14-year-old cheerleader at a high school in right outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, and her a gentleman who represented himself to be kind of a Romeo. This is the way they do it. They get on an app site. And they get on these app sites, these kids do, and they start talking to them. And then they start convincing them, for some reason or not, this little girl was convinced that she was being bullied at school. So this guy becomes a Romeo, and he makes her believe that he's her age. And then he coaches her to run away. the sad part about it, he was a 30-year-old convicted predator, both California and Oklahoma, and he was out. So he left Oklahoma and he went to North Carolina, and he met her on a Friday afternoon. She walked out of the house with 2 knapsacks, one with her cheerleading outfit and another with some clothes. And we managed to find all this out by getting the cameras along the street. Well, he snatched her and he took her, and it was just a miracle. We found out about it because the young lady, her older cousin, was a lady working on my governor's campaign. And we knew about it the day after it happened. And we started praying, and we got everybody in law enforcement involved. And after 12 days, now she was abused in the car, but she was also taken to a motel one night. So we found her in Kirkwood, Missouri, in the parking lot with the predator, law enforcement. So we had the federal FBI, the whole world looking for her, and it was a miracle. But we've learned so much from this.
Thank God.
And so we learned, and so God saved her. And today, after a year, this happened a year ago this week. And so she's going through counseling. She's back in school. But a person who's a victim like this, you know, you and I know it takes all of Jesus to heal somebody like that's been through this.
Yeah.
It also takes good therapy. You know, along with Jesus, from a counselor who's a believer that can help them work through it. And so she's been doing that. She's in a different school today, and she's back to cheerleading. She's now a senior in high school.
Thank
That's
God,
amazing.
Hunter. Man, Hunter, I love you so much, brother. Thank you for coming on here.
And I do too, even though I just met you.
And this is Lee Dundas, and at some point, you guys may work together on some cases. Who knows?
I'd love that.
We want to help.